So how did you go about scaling it? I think this is quite interesting for me, how you go and just keep going up and up and up and up.
Snowball, man. Like reinvesting is even with Everforward and Sour Strips. Like I always took because I was able to make enough money from social media, I could just reinvest all the money. I almost treated the bank accounts of the businesses like I can't touch that.
Yeah.
Like if I really get into a pinch, I could, but like I don't. That's not my money. It's the business's money. I can't touch it. I just want to reinvest it. So it just 20,000 bags turned into after a couple of launches, it's like okay, let's launch 30,000 bags and 50,000 bags and 100,000 bags. And, and then and again, I'm also documenting scaling this company. So you can go back and watch from the day I launched it to now, and you can see every step that I've done, or at least, most of them. But I was, we need a warehouse space, because in a room smaller than this was where I stored the first couple pallets of candy. And I was like, okay, we need to scale it beyond this. So then I rented 1,000 square feet in the back of Christian's warehouse that was climate controlled. And then in that warehouse, I was like, okay, let's, I had no idea how do you ship candy efficiently, effectively? How do you get into stores? And it was just snowball. And
because you're doing it all yourself this time.
Yeah. I mean, I had the same people that you met, like that work with me, are the same people that they started packing candy, and now they're like helping run the company.
Yeah.
They started just, hey, I need people, Instagram, like, hey, I need people to help pack orders for this candy brand I launched. Hey, we'll help. Flash forward, now they're like,
so they're learning with you.
Yeah, now they're like essentially C-level executives in the brand of, from starting with no knowledge of anything, and now they've learned and they've scaled with me, they've stuck with me.
How do you look after them? Do you give them equity, or you just give them a good pay?
I haven't like said it super publicly, but when I sold the company, I took care of everyone.
Yeah, nice.
So yeah, I mean, the people that stuck with me since day one, like they're happy with the outcome, like for sure.
Yeah.
So we basically just sold a lot online, and then COVID happened, which, we didn't know that was going to happen. And that just made our online sales go through the roof. Right. So we started just really just accumulating a ton of cash, because we're making the most amount of margin. Right. Because we're selling direct to customers online.
Because people wanted their candy fix, but they couldn't go to the store.
Yeah, they're just stuck at home. And I mean, online sales in general during COVID just boomed. Like everyone's maybe not clothing as much, but it did a little bit. But any just stuff that people can't go to the stores and get, they're like, let me order it. Because our sales went through the roof, like just during COVID. And then our popularity is also going, sky high at that time, because everyone's on TikTok and, social media. So the brand's growing a lot. And then right when COVID started, not being as much of a worldwide issue and people started going out, stores are trying to get people back into stores, right? Foot traffic back into stores. So we started getting approached by these big retailers, Target, Walmart, H-E-B.
They're approaching you.
Actually, yeah, every store. I'm trying to think. I don't want to falsely say it. But
how do they know? Because I would assume they don't know the numbers.
Yeah, I'd say like 99% of stores that we are in have approached us. So like I don't have I'm the sales team. Like I don't have a sales team.
Why do you think that is?
Huh?
Why do you think that is?
Because we got really popular online, and every store has a.
How can they know that you're popular online?
Because every store, like a big retail chain, let's say Target, for example, every category, there's a category buyer. So there's like a buyer just for candy, right? Yeah. And then there's even seasonal candy buyers that just does the, Valentine's Day, Christmas, right? They may have some overlap, but for the most part, there's like the candy buyer. And then there could be even in like Walmart's case, there's just the front of the store candy buyer. They don't even touch the back of the store. So there's like people, and what their job is to like boost their category as much as possible. So they want the most amount of whatever they don't care who the brand is. Like, yeah, they're going to have all the big names, but they're looking for that like next big name, right? The next big brand, because then they'll look really good for bringing that in. So are you familiar with Smart Sweets? So Smart Sweets is a candy company created by this girl named Tara Bosch out of Canada. She exited for like $300 million or something. Like they got sold, but they're like a better for you candy, right? It's like a lower sugar kind of. She was like the first to do it. So that's why she became like the most popular. Now there's a lot of brands kind of following in her footsteps. But the candy buyer at Target found her, brought her in, and it boomed, right? So the candy buyers are like, oh, I want the next this brand, like, and you know, they're looking online, they're seeing trends.
So they'll see either the engagement on the social media page or other
they're just like
posting about it.
Yeah, their job is to find like what is the next, whether it be the next brand, you know, the next whatever, like this. That's how they get into the store. So I don't know the exact strategy of how like she found us, but I would say it's probably from, you know, just TikToks online. Someone that she knows that's maybe a younger person sends it to her who's like related to her. Oh, look at this candy brand. And you just see how popular it is. You see probably the Instagram and everything was the data she saw. Like, oh, this candy brand looks, they're selling out all the time. It looks really cool. It's something new.